Hello there, I'm Boo, or Jamie, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find shinies, and I like to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. What the? Oh no, my add-ons are still all disabled. Much better. Hello, and welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Today, I thought we're gonna go back to our roots, or rather the roots of this channel, which used to be mostly kind of a hunter channel. I started this channel just leveling my favorite class in World of Warcraft, which is a hunter, and we kind of started to just tame pretty much everything that I really like to tame in this game. Some secret pets, some rather hidden ones, some special ones, and some that often get forgotten because they're not that big and sparkly and crazy. And well, the War Within has launched, as you guys know, and we already did a bunch of stuff together here. And one thing that I've been doing is looking at all the new pets that you can tame. I've already tamed a bunch of them, and instead of just showing you all the new pets, because you can obviously look that up on a lot of other websites that do a much better job in covering all of them, I thought I show you my favorite ones so far and also look with you for a few that I'm still missing. And right off the bat, we can start on the Isle of Dawn, because down here, and I already covered that in my last video, is Plaguehart. And Plaguehart is a beautiful Shalehorn, I think they're pronounced. They're like these new unicorns, and it's a rare mob that has fungi everywhere. That is the only pet that has this model. And even though, and I've already pointed that out as well, some of these mushrooms are placed a little bit, well, not that well. It definitely reeks of, well, just put mushrooms on the model, however way they go. I still think this mount looks amazing, especially because there is no other model like him. Like, none of the others keep their mushrooms, and I hope that they don't F this up, because Blizzard has a history of sometimes removing pets if they do not want you to tame them, and sometimes they even remove them from your stables, which is very heartbreaking. And something else that I wanted to point out about Plaguehart is that Plaguehart is really big. Now, he doesn't look that big next to my Worgen, but if I turn into a human, you can really see that this is a ginormous mount. And even though I really like that, because I like just running around with these big animal defenders, I personally would not use this in a dungeon, simply because, man, it's so full up there in melee anyway. So, you know, don't be a nuisance to your teammates. But yeah, good old Plaguehorn over here is a rare mob, so you might have to do some camping and wait for him to spawn, and also not for other people to kill him while you tame him. But I gotta say, while I was taming quite a lot of rare mobs recently, many people just stand there and watch you do the thing and won't interrupt your taming process, which is very much appreciated. Thank you, World of Warcraft community, for sometimes still reassuring my beliefs in you. Alrighty, and while being still on the Isle of Dawn, I really gotta do my honorable mentions. Okay, wait. Before I can do my honorable mentions, we have to take care of this guy real quick, which are the mosswool eels, or rather these sheep. I wish we could tame them. We can't as of now, even though they're beasts. I mean, there's only one sheep that you can tame in the entire game, and that one is a mechanical one, so maybe that's also fair. But man, I love these guys. They're so pretty, they're so neat. I bet they smell amazing. Maybe at some point Blizzard's gonna be nice to us and make them tameable. I would really appreciate that. And the next one, our list of my favorite tames so far, is someone that I haven't tamed yet, because once again, it's a rare mob. And this one happens to be in a zone that is most of the time one of these elite world quest zones, so it's really hard to even find something alive in general here. And it's one of these cool new cinder bees. I mean, I'm gonna grab one on the way out anyway, because over there are some of the other ones. But the one I'm really interested in is Tefrantane? Tanae. I don't know. It's a cinder bee like these ones, but this one is pale. It has like this pale, rosy, red color. It looks really gorgeous. But in case you're not as picky as I am, you can also obviously pick up all the other cinder bees that are around here. And there are multiple colors. You can have some that are rather dark or rather light. For example, I'm a really big fan of like these yellow ones over there. So I think I'm gonna grab one after I press the wrong button, after I freeze that honey, hopefully. Yeah, all right, come here, cinder bee worker. Oh yeah, there she is. And I love this model. I love this model especially as a pet. I know that you can also get all of these as mounts. I think most of them, most colorations are available as mounts. But I think especially as pets and especially as a survival hunter with just one pet, they're so gorgeous, and I hope that one morning or something like that I can catch myself Tefratane. I have no idea how you pronounce that name. Apologies. It's my reading difficulties mixed with a different language that is not my mother tongue that makes it almost impossible for me to pronounce these names. I am really sorry. Well, I gotta pick a name for our wasp here, and then I think we're gonna be on our way. I mean, I'm gonna chill here for a bit, but I'm pretty sure even if the rare mob spawns, as you can see, there are always people running around, so I don't think anyone would do you the honors of just taming a rare mob instead of killing it. Oh, and in case some of you are wondering, these look like Hati, yeah, the special versions of Hati that you can tame as a Beastmaster with BFA. There's a quest for you in Borealis or in Dazal, or where you can pick it up from Mimiron. These are not tameable, which I think is okay, because like I said, they look exactly like Hati, the special pet from Legion, and I think it's fair that you cannot just tame them. It's sad, obviously, because only as a Beastmaster you can run around with Hati, but whatever, happens, okay? We can't always have what we want. This one goes out to everyone who likes a pet with a cool name. Shellowshell the Clacker is a pet that you can tame, or you can also just skin them. That's also fine. I'm myself not the biggest fan of crabs. At least not crabs like that. But if you're looking for a pet with a cool name, this one is one that you can tame. Again, a rare mob in a new expansion. Always a little bit hard to maybe find the time to tame them, especially if they are maybe dropping something special, which is also a bigger problem with other pets. But I named our little bee Cinders, a very, very deep and meaningful name. And now we're gonna zoom on to the next pet. And here we have probably one of my favorite pets to tame in all of World of Warcraft. The docile Cloudrook, coming in 3 different colors. This one right here is the rather dark blue one. I think the one flying behind me is even darker and a little bit more leaning to the black side. And then there's also one that looks almost a little bit purple. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful. I know that there's also a mount that looks like them that is, I think, coming from a rare drop that you have to kill a lot of mobs on the Isle of Dorn for to get that one to drop, but absolutely worth the grind. I haven't done it myself yet, but I'm planning to. And obviously, usually now you would watch me tame this beautiful creature, but this is, I think, my 20th hunter on my account, and apologies, I have not sent myself the Tome of Feather Mane Taming yet, which is an item that you get after you finished your class campaign in Legion as a hunter. Once you finished it, you can buy it for all your hunters. Why that thing is not just for your entire warband, I have no idea. I mean, I don't think it is by now. Well, you know what? Let's quickly try that out. No, it's not. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that not all the comments are filled with, oh my god, Boo, you can't tame it now because it's warband bound. I mean, the tome is warband bound, to be fair, but the skill isn't. So yeah, you have to send it to all your hunters. And this one hasn't gotten the tome yet, so apologies. Just imagine that I would tame this beautiful creature right now. And I definitely will, because like I said, these are gorgeous, beautiful, almost so majestic that I think I will wait a little bit longer until I tame one of these. Because, well, you have to be worthy, you know? Look at them. They're beautiful. And the Ringing Deeps wouldn't be my least favorite zone if they wouldn't also have my least favorite pet from this expansion. And I think in WoW in general, I think I made it very clear that I do not really like the Niffen one bit. And for some reason, Blizzard thought it's necessary to also include a pet that looks an awful lot like them. And even though I really like moles in real life, I don't like these guys. Oh, and I think, are you in combat with me even though you're frozen? Okay, impressive. And you're also hurting me quite a bit. Yeah, these guys, you can tame all of these. They have a million different variants. Also one version where their nose is like in this star formation. It looks horrendous in my humble opinion. And yeah, well, I just wanted to point this out since it's a video about my favorite pets. I also wanted to give a little shout out to my least favorite ones. You over there. And now from my least favorite zone to my favorite zone, and also one of my favorite pets that the expansion has added that are a little secret tip, but you probably already know about them. Because down here you can catch yourself an eel, and these guys usually are not tameable, but these ones are. And good news, they keep the color and they keep the thundering effect. I already tamed myself one of these guys, I think a week ago, and I love them. I think they look amazing. They're also really big. Like, I don't think it shows up that well in the water, but man, this pet is ginormous. In general, I feel like they have just accepted the fact that sometimes a bigger pet just looks better, so many pets keep their sizes, so that's good news. And also, yeah, this one is really a special one, and you can find them down here in this water chasm in the Silken Ward, I think it's called. And well, they're not really that easy to overlook because they're big, red and sparkly. And onwards we zoom to the next pet. This one is another Ramop, and I didn't just tame them, I already tamed them a few days ago. This is Xishor, or Xishor? I don't know. And she's a big old spider, and apart from the fact that I really love this new spider model, like these spider crab-ish thingies, I just think they look amazing, all of them. This one is special not only because she's a rare mob, but also because if you look closely you can see that she's completely black. Like, she is like almost done over with a filter, and this effect stays. So usually she would have multiple colors on her body, but this version is just completely dark with her eyes still glowing though, and I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. I think she's the best model of all of them personally, but I'm not really picky because I think they all look amazing. Now, if you're rather in the mood to have one of these spiders with a cool name, Queen Rikitaka, whomst I already killed this week, that's why her little skull isn't showing up on the map, resides over here in the Warrens, and she is the same model as Xishor, just without the blackening effect. So she's a rather dark spider in general, and she has that really cool name attached to her. So if you feel lucky, head over there and tame yourself a queen. And while we're chilling down here in Ashkahed, here is another little honorable mention. I love these new worms that they added. They look gruesome, they look disgusting. You can tame them in a million different versions, with the little mandibles beside the mouth, without, with horns without. They have, I think, like 20 or 30 different versions and also different colors. The only thing is they're worms, so they're exotic, so I won't be running around with one of those with my survival hunter at least. So that's a little bit sad. As a almost all-time Beastmaster main, I never noticed how many cool pets are locked behind the Beastmaster only thingy, but well, I'm starting to feel the pain. Who, however, is a very good boy and is absolutely tameable by any hunter at all, are these little guys. These also come in so many different colors. With a long stinger, without one, with a long tail, without one. Different colors, some are glowing, some aren't. This one is one of my favorites. It's another rare mob, Wildwing, and he usually, or she, usually flies around this part of the zone right right at the entrance where you land with Anduin and Farron and Edgegirl Alaria. And the only little thing that you need to tame these is the Tome of Bloodbeast taming. This one, good news, once again, once you have it once, you have it on all your hunters because it drops from Zool in Uldir in BFA. Yeah, but it's definitely worth it because, well, Bloodbeasts. And Bloodbeasts are all over this expansion and also BFA. So if you, like me, are a fan of these little guys, then you should definitely head out and get you one of those tomes. And then you have such a variety to tame. I cannot even start to tell you about it. And while we're on the topic, I'm so sad that you still can't fly with your pets. Like, I get it that maybe my wolves and cats cannot fly beside me, but why not the flying pets? I think they could. They could work on that. They could make that possible, right? Right. And once again, a little shout out for a pet that I've already shown on the channel in my last video, or the video before that one. Anyway, Litfang the Lost. This is the only Lynx model, the new Lynx model with armor and a saddle that you can tame. And she is a rare mob down here in Hollowfall. Yeah, we've made it to Hollowfall. Down here on the coast. And, well, she's a rare mob. Thankfully, she's rather further out, so maybe you're lucky and you can grab her. Also, while you're around here, you can also tame these other Lynx models that are without armor, sadly. There are saddled ones, but they are currently untamable. They're mostly residing in the dungeon that is over there, the Priory. But like I said, Blizzard has not made them tameable yet. But, well, maybe they're gonna be nice to us. Who knows? They are doing quite a lot for hunters lately, so, you know, fingers crossed. And here is another pet that I mostly like because of its name, Pride of Beladar. This is a Shalehorn rare mob that spawns right here on the tip of this, yeah, I don't know, thing that overlooks the rest of the zone. And I mean, the name of this pet mostly speaks for itself, let's be honest here. And I really think that they did such a cool job with finally making creatures look like creatures again. A lot of the mobs in Dragonflight that also kinda stole the whole atmosphere for me just were too normal in a way, and I think in this expansion they leaned a lot more into the whole monster and creature aspect again, so thank you, Blizzard. Thank you for that. And now, you guys probably already knew that these guys gonna make this list as well. Yeah, these guys. I don't even know what their specific term is. Wait, let me look that up on Petopia real quick. Because honestly, I have no idea, but I think they have a special name. Skippers! Alright, the Skippers. These are a brand new model from the War Within, and maybe some of you thought that I wouldn't like these guys because I usually don't really like the silly goofy stuff, but I appreciate my silly goofiness in World of Warcraft. On occasion, I don't like it if I'm just getting bombarded with Marvel jokes and funny stuff, especially when I'm supposed to be sad, but these guys, whoever designed these, they are great. In case you haven't seen them yet, especially haven't seen them walk, just look at this guy. I am in love. These dudes are fantastic. Whoa, and we almost fell off. Also, they have a really cool hop animation for when you're just walking casually and slowly. And also, they have some really neat fighting animations. I cannot get myself to hate these guys. They're simply too sweet. I like their derpy little smile that they have going on. And yet, I think they have a little bit of creepiness about them too. Like, yeah, they're mostly silly, goofy, and cute, but they're also a bit weird, and I can appreciate that. And they come in a lot of different colors as well. I think they have 6 or 7 different color schemes between them. And right now we're in the Stagnant Mire down here in Hollowfall, this little zone down here. And And here you have a few of them. For example, there you have a rather greenish one. Their antennas are always glowing. There is a yellow one. And I think almost all of them are gathered here, but you also see them throughout the entirety of the War Within. They show up in every zone, I think. And good for them, honestly. I think they're absolute bangers. I wasn't initially the biggest fan, but after I saw that walking animation, I couldn't help myself. I had to tame at least one of them. This little guy is also the reason why I'm rocking the Transmog set that I'm rocking currently. This is actually one of my favorite male sets that I basically never wear, even though I've rated the raid that this is from on Mythic difficulty and was very happy when I finally had the full set. But I don't know. What is it about sets that you spend ages farming and then never wear? Well, anyway, this is from the Eternal Palace, the BFA raid with Queen Ajara as the end boss, and I have been since then farming all the other sets that I never had because I was only playing Hunter during that time. These sets are very easy to farm now because, even though we were angry about it at the time, we didn't have class sets in BFA, so you can just run into the Eternal Palace on all your characters that can manage to solo it, or with a friend, and you can gather all the sets at once, which is amazing. I can say with my current item level, which is 582, I was more than easily soloing the entire raid. So, you know, this is just heroic gear. So this is easily done. So if you like the BFA raids, they already drop you 6 items per boss, which is amazing. So you can definitely go in there and farm through your heart's desire. And the weapon is also from the same raid. I think this drops from the first boss even. I'm pretty sure because she uses a pole arm, so it would be fitting if we get her own weapon. And I also wanted to talk about a few more pets that not necessarily have anything to do with the War Within per se, but that got tameable with the War Within patch. Now, some of these, mind you, are exotic pets. By the way, also just like the special bee rare that I was talking about earlier, apparently you have to be in Beastmaster spec because it is flagged as an exotic pet, but as soon as you've tamed it, you can still use the bee even on other specs. So I'm not sure if that is maybe just a bug, if they will fix that. And speaking of bugs, why is that pillar I don't think it's supposed to look like that. Well, anyway, another pet of the category only tameable if you're a Beastmaster is Dune Gorger Crawlock. Now, this guy, like I just said, just got tameable with the War Within patch. And sadly, if you're playing on NA, then I'm so sorry. And even if you're playing on AU, this pet is going away tomorrow because this is the world boss from Vol'dun. And even though I think there are other models that look like him, only this one obviously has the name of the world boss. Also, I haven't tamed this one yet, but I know that this is possible as well now. Apart from the fact that you can now tame a lot of boss models, for example, well, not King Dazar, but his raptor that he summoned during the fight, you can also finally tame Rezan, who was a very powerful Loa. And this one in particular is also an exotic pet. So maybe even if you're not a Beastmaster, I tend to just tame the special pets anyway, swap to Beastmaster real quick and tame them, just so I have them in the off chance that I will respec, because you never know. But one beautiful guy that you can tame even if you're not a Beastmaster is Gronk. And this guy comes in 2 versions because this is the 2nd or 3rd boss in Battle for Dazar lore, depending on your faction. And herein lies the problem. If you're now thinking, oh wow, this is the perfect pet for my undead hunter. Yeah, bad news. Due to the nature of the raid, this boss you first fight as Horde, as the living one, and then he gets corrupted by Wormsandi, or rather gets resurrected by Wormsandi and becomes this model, and then becomes the boss that you have to fight on Alliance side. That is just the nature of the raid. If you've ever been in the raid, then you know what I mean. Which means only Alliance players can tame this version, which is good for me currently because I'm playing Alliance and I love undead things. But on Horde side you have the healthy version of this one, which is still a beautiful gorilla in a high res model, but I mean, I think this is the cooler version by far. This is one of the coolest pets I have ever owned. And the good thing is this is a heroism pet, which means that you will definitely use this a lot in dungeons and M+, so yay to that. But obviously, if you are a very rich person, then I think you can tame this on a lion side and then switch your character to horde, but I am not going to promote that behavior on my channel. And one last thing that has absolutely nothing to do with pets, but with Transmog, however, the Villager Champion's Greatsword. Wasn't this ginormous sword that we could buy from the trading post that was insanely big? Because this is her now. What happened? This is the sword, right? I am not Delulu. Like, this is the one that was incredibly big. I even made a video about this. Oh, whoa! What the what kind of ginormous sword is that? Jesus, is that actually this big? That's what she said, but honestly, alright, it's even bigger than the Heart Slicer. It's even bigger than Armageddon, no? Yeah. It's not really worth the 200 tenders though. This doesn't look pretty at all, but that's huge. Sorry, I got carried away a little bit. We'll think about it. What the hell? So, what happened? Why did they do this? Like, guys, I spent tenders for this, not so I have a low-res ugly sword, but so I have a ginormous, incredibly, stupidly big sword, obviously. Why? Why did they do this? Is it time to believe in World of Warcraft conspiracy theories? Was this just so all of us get rid of tenders, so we rather buy some from the shop? Like, what is going on? Does anybody know? I definitely don't like it. Refund me. Well then, and with all of that being said, and with all of these pets shown, I think I'm gonna end today's episode right here with our beautiful Phoebas at our side. I hope that you enjoyed this little jump back in time to what this channel used to do mostly all of the time. And please tell me if you would like to have more of these taming videos again. I am enjoying my hunter at the moment tremendously, and I'm also trying to look up a few dragon-ish pets for when the patch hits that you can also have a Dragdeer hunter. So I could also do that for the next episode. And tell me, what kind of pets are you excited for? Which ones have you already tamed and which ones are still on your lists? Also maybe pets that aren't tameable yet. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, then please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, bye bye!